were you only talking about including that language in housing discrimination legislation?
I wasn't talking about including the language at all. I was responding to the question. I didn't know that firing for any of a reason other than for merit wasn't already illegal. I mean, I didn't. You're dealing in an area of the law that I wasn't familiar with.
Well, when you talk about your evolution on the foster parent
sure.
ban, it sounds like you're saying that that's about as far as you can evolve on that, or in terms of change your views on that, and marriage, you just can't see yourself ever.
Yeah, I was pretty clear that my stance has been, I think that marriage is between a man and a woman, and that's not what the majority of the folks in there really wanted to hear, but that's how I feel.
And you're opposed to civil unions too?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either.
Do you think either one of those would ever happen in Arkansas?
Well, you're asking for predictions, and not in the foreseeable future if you're asking me that.
Why not?
I just don't think they will.
Governor is a recovering lawyer. I mean, what about the matter of civil unions and a civil marriage as the New York statute provides?
Well, again, I don't think that's going to happen in Arkansas. Frankly, don't. And to the extent that there are some employers that are already permitting that, as I understand it. Some colleges and universities, I think, have permitted it. But it's not been done based on a state law. It's been done on an employment and an employer-employee basis in the relationship. To the extent that that's not illegal, then employers are free to do that.
You said civil unions you didn't think were going to happen in Arkansas. You didn't answer what your opinion was.
No, I don't. I don't favor them any more than I favor I wouldn't prohibit any employer from including any benefits that they voluntarily wanted to include in the employment relationship. I don't think we need to pass a state law.
You're the first sitting governor to address a gay rights advocacy group publicly. What made you want to come and speak here tonight? Well,
they asked me to, and I'm not afraid to come tell them what I think, good and bad.
Do you think employers should be allowed to hire or fire people based on sexual orientation?
I don't think anybody ought to be hiring and firing folks on any discriminatory basis other than whether or not they do their job right or don't do their job right. That's just my attitude.
When you talked about, one of the lines you had in there was, if you're seeking tolerance, you need to be tolerant. Sure. Do you think members of the gay rights community have not been tolerant?
Some aren't. Some they're like, members of that community are the same as members of every other community. You can't paint everybody with the same brush. There's some that are tolerant, there's some that are intolerant, some that are more understanding of other people's views, some that are less understanding of other people's views. See, there's not a monolithic attitude in any organization.
Things change at one point, you said, Governor. What does it say that a sitting governor, his insurance commissioner, several state legislators, and some other elected officials would come openly to a meeting such as this?
It says that we're not afraid to talk about issues. We're not afraid to engage with everybody on an honest and fair, open discussion. And if you disagree, to openly be able to agree, to disagree civilly, to disagree, if you do disagree, with some respect for other people's views.
Well, I guess what I'm asking, sir, is I can envision a time when nobody would have come near this meeting if they ever wanted to be on a ballot or ever were. Does that? I guess I'm asking you to judge the pace of change.
I'll let you. You're a good columnist and editorialist. I'll let you do that.
Are you sure?
Yes.